Yo, so as you should be well aware, I've been working at Sports for Champions for about 2 months now, and having worked with all of these inspiring Olympic and Paralympic athletes, I thought it was due diligence and it was my time to actually step up to the mark and do something that I think can contribute to being active in this world. So today, I'm deciding to take my bike out. Here's my bike. Don't ask why it's in my room, or you can ask if you want. So basically, I didn't have the code for the downstairs room where I can lock them up and keep them safe. So I thought my next best option was to bring it up to my own room. So as you can see, I've got my windproof gear on here. I think this is waterproof, can't be 100% sure. I've got some fingerless gloves because I like to have some tactile feedback. And then also I've got my Sports for Champions trousers on here, but underneath I do have some what I like to call baboon shorts. They're only baboon shorts because they're like padded and they're comfortable for like sitting on the bike seat. So I'm gonna make my way outside now. I think it's like a 37 minute bike ride to where I work. So this is the first time I'm testing this. So I'll keep you guys updated as I go along. So stay tuned. Peace. I completely forgot to mention that inside my pannier, I also have several things that are going to be really useful on the off chance that something does go wrong with my bike. Yes, it does look beautiful and majestic. Yes, it looks squeaky clean. Nevertheless, there's always the chance that I could get a puncture or potentially 2 punctures. So inside my bag, you can briefly see that. I've got my U-lock. This is going to be super important because obviously with having to leave it outside of work and at the end of the day when I bring it back to my room, I'm going to need somewhere to leave this bad boy. I have the tubes for my bike, for the wheels, just in case I do get a puncture. As you can see, pop goes the weasel. That would not be good. And then other than that, I've got a few lights and a few like extra attachments that I just keep on the inside, you know, just there, like little toolbox, anything. I also have a second padlock here. This is going to be more easy to use, basically. It's much lighter, and say I do just want to leave it inside of work where there's a lot less chance of somebody stealing my bike, or at least you hope, then I can use that. And here I've got all my GoPro attachments. Boop, boop. So yeah, so that's pretty much me geared up and ready to go. So I'll catch you on the flip side. Bye-bye. And just as you can see by that sign, it seems that we have, boom, boom, I've got my hard hat on now as well, because I'm super clumsy and I'm easily likely to fall off my bike because I'm a little bit of a klutz. Nevertheless, as you can see by that sign, I believe after getting lost several times and having to get directions from a couple of people, I have arrived at the D coastal path. Although on my Google Maps that I've been using, it kind of says otherwise. On the Google Maps, I can show you now. I'll walk as we talk. So it kind of says that there's another path that I should be taking. Nevertheless, the kind gentleman told me that I should come this way as this is the most optimal way towards D-side. So I'll trust his word. I've got my little Google Maps there. So you can see the blue line is the one that it configured for me when I popped in the postcode. Obviously that's closer to the building that I'm heading to, my workplace. Yet the other little greyed outline, I believe, is the one that we're about to take. So obviously I'll keep you updated with the journey, and if I don't make it home, you'll know why. And there's a nice little scenic view of the River Dee. Look, it's pretty beautiful, huh? We've got blue skies, although the wind is starting to pick up massively. And then down this way we've got the path, and you can see my bike wheel just about in there as well. Cool, huh? So I'll see you in a bit. I'll be on my bike now. On your bike. Yo, what's up? Look what we've just arrived at. We have reached Wales. Look, right now I'm currently still in Chester, or essentially on the outskirts of Chester. So I'm technically still in England. Nevertheless, watch these feet. Boom, boom. I'm in Wales. How neat is that, huh? So yeah, I'm still trying to figure out my bearings at the moment, but look at it, it's such a beautiful day. It's super sunny. It's calm. The wind is a little bit on the kind of headwind, head rush side. I don't know what you call it in terms of cycling. But I think it's important to talk about the importance of taking this kind of commute to work. So not only is it an opportunity to obviously be a little bit more active and healthier, but it also gives you the opportunity to take in all this wonderful scenery, to gather your thoughts, to do something that's maybe a little bit outside of your comfort zone. For me, cycling, my dad knows all of the logistics. He knows about how to change a tire, all these things. And for me, I'm completely clueless. So if something goes wrong, in my mind, it's panic stations. Nevertheless, it gives me that chance to be a little bit more critical and to start engaging that problem-solving aspect of my brain. So I'm going to continue with my journey, and I'll let you know if I see anything else that's interesting. Okay, literally, as I said, I'll let you know if I see anything else interesting. Let me just make my way down this kind of little ravine over here, down this hillside. There's like a Russian-looking bunker just at the opposite side of the river. You probably can't see that. I'll see if I can zoom this in a little bit. There we go. So I've made the shot a little bit more narrow. There's also a train going past like alongside the opposite side of the river. But yeah, just over there, whoop, where I'm wiggling my finger, that looks like some sort of little bunker. I wonder how they built that and why that was designed. Nevertheless, it's pretty neat, huh? Oh, yeah. So I'm approximately halfway through my journey, or so I think. I'm close enough to that mark. Still, you've got the beautiful River Dee alongside. You've got families like playing, camping, eating, just hanging out generally on the opposite side to us. As you can see, I'm still cycling, so I have one hand on the handlebar. You've got runners, you've got other cyclists, you've got all sorts of people here today, so it's a pretty good adventure, to be honest. So I'm going to make sure that I don't run anyone over, but I'm thoroughly enjoying it, and I'm going to try and incorporate this into my routine as best as possible. Obviously, I'm running out of oxygen right now because it's hard to talk and cycle at the same time when this is the first time I've cycled in, I'd have said, a few years, to be honest. So it's nice to take up a new hobby, to try my hand at something completely new. So enjoy, peace. Okay, this is just typical Jordan luck. This is literally me in a nutshell. So I expected a few little minor quiggles, niggles, you know, such types of things as maybe the mudguard rubbing against the wheels and making some kind of like a Dalek noise. I was like, okay, cool, I can handle that another time. What I didn't expect was this wheel. It's loose. Oh, somebody come save me. I'm gonna have to call SOS. I'm on the side of a river. I'll just say it's beautiful. We have myself alongside a river, another bridge over there. Maybe I should wait and stop one of the other cyclists. I'll be like, hey dude, please help me, somebody save me. It's also getting extremely windy over here, so I'm just gonna turn with the wind towards me. Nevertheless, on my first cycle in years, I didn't expect for this to happen. So now I'm at a crossroads. Do I turn around, or do I keep going on my journey? Or do I become Bob the Builder and try and fix it? What I will do is call my dad, because he's like the cycling specialist. So he's probably gonna save me right here, so I'll let you. What is that? There's some random like driftwood or like carpet pipes and stuff just flowing through the river. Could be a dead body. Could be me if I don't get this sorted soon. So while I wait for tech support from my dad, so he's essentially going to be calling back in the next couple of minutes, thought maybe I'd stop on this little bench over here and talk about life. So I've got the seagulls in my ears, I've got the wind in my ears, and I wish I had you guys speaking to me in my ears, because I could do with some of that moral support right now while I wait for my bike to get fixed. Nevertheless, I'm having a good time, and that's what it's about. That's what adventuring is about. Things will go wrong in life, and you will have obstacles and hurdles to overcome, but it's how resilient and mentally tough you can be in the face of adversity to stand against that kind of struggle and to overcome it and realize, do you know what? That taught me a lesson. I have learned something that is important not only about the problem that occurred, but about myself and how I'm able to... Sorry, I keep seeing random little bit of twigs in the river, which is concerning. Oh, it's my phone. There we go. So I thought I'd give you that little snippet of information, that bit of wisdom. And I'm going to answer this phone now. Okay, so the issue that I'm having is the front wheel. It basically jiggles side to side, left and right. So there's like a little clip that's in the middle that says open and close. I tried to see if I could close that, if that was causing the problem, but it's just loose. And that's where it feels like it's detached.
So if you look at the wheel,
yeah,
on the one side there's like a nut, and on the other side there's like a lever, yeah?
Yeah, so on the back side of it, there's like a little black kind of twisty nut thing, like you say. And then on the other side, there's the little open and close lever.
Yeah. So basically, before you do anything with that, you need to check that the actual spindle of the wheel is in. There's two receptors in the fork, so there's like a. Normally, you can see it. You know, it's sitting in those.
Oh yeah, those two little like horseshoe type looking things.
Yeah, so it should be sat inside that.
Yeah, from what I can tell, yeah, that looks inside the horseshoe. And then the other side also... Where was the other side? The other side's also inside the horseshoe. Okay, so after spending the portion of perhaps the last 30 minutes trying to fix my bike, I've come to some sort of solution. So we managed to get the wheel back in place. So it apparently wasn't sitting quite right where it should, and it was like getting knocked against the mud guards. So I think it's because there's these two little horseshoe things on either side of the wheel which keep it in place. And I think one of the levers on the right hand side of that was loose. So because of that, my bike wheel was going left to right, which was causing those Dalek noise, like. So I fixed that now, and then the next problem we had was that I tightened it way too tight. So because of that, I was getting no rotations in my wheel. But I've also solved that because I loosened it a little bit, and now my bike seems to be really good. Sorry, that's a terrible pun. Hey, I am alone. It is starting to pour down. But what I wanted to say was that, whoa, we were halfway there. Whoa, I'm gonna have to go back home. Basically, yeah, we didn't quite make it to our destination, but it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. And life is always about the journey. So wheel with me, let's go forward, let's get moving. I'm gonna start making my way back home now, before I do get caught in torrential rain, and also before anything else goes wrong with my bike. So the plan of action is that my dad's gonna come next Friday. He reckons that perhaps when I bought this bike from Halfords, they put the front wheel on the wrong way round. Because what should happen is the lever should match with the back lever. So the lever on the back is on the left hand side of the wheel, but the one on the front is on the right hand side of the wheel. So there's evidently something gone wrong when they've set my bike up in the first place. So home time, yeah, should be back in time for the Liverpool versus United game. Who are you putting your bets on? Well, you'll know by the time this video's out, so yeah, let's go. Oh my god, I'm getting bombarded by rain. I've got the wind directly in my face. The rain is smacking me about, but we're gonna make it. Actually, since I fixed the bike, oh, this wind is strong. Since I fixed the bike, my wheel is working to perfection. So this is pretty special, so let's go. Woo. So many lovely people about on this track. I can't hear my own voice, which is probably quite a pleasant surprise, since I'm normally so loud. I hope you guys can hear what I'm going through right now. Woo. Let's go! Oh, what is that over there? Ah, my legs! My legs are burning! So I'm back at the starting point of the D track. Is it the D track? I can't remember what I was meant to call it. The D route, the D cycle path. Either way, I've made my way back to the start of this. Lessons I've learned from today's outing. Obviously, we didn't quite make it the whole way to work. Nevertheless, if this is going to be my regular commute, I've learned that I'm going to need to take more precaution as to whether the wheel is on sufficiently and safely. I'm going to need to make sure that I'm well hydrated, because I found that I'm getting dehydrated very quickly. I'm going to have to take a snack with me, probably take some bananas, something along those lines. And then also I'm going to have to make sure that I'm preparing my pannier, which is essentially my bag, full of goodies in advance of the day that I'm going to work. So obviously I don't fully know the route, so by my estimations, I reckon if I didn't stop to record like I was doing today, I'd easily be able to cycle without any issue. Obviously, if I'm wanting to continue with this GoPro as well, my plan of action is to start doing like daily vlogs. I think morning vlogs could be really fun. We could talk about some sort of topics to do with mental health, to do with kind of exercise, fitness, physical health and well-being. And we could also talk about general day-to-day activities, such as kind of hobbies, interests, passions. So there's a lot that we can talk about in kind of like 360-degree fashion. So I'm going to continue on home and I'll give you an update once I get back, because then I'm going to have to try and lock my bike up, which is going to be just as interesting. Home sweet home. Ish. Oh, stairs. Tough part. So this is it, folks. So we've basically arrived. This, I've never actually seen inside. So in there is where all the bikes are kept. I have no idea if there's any like spot for me to put mine. Oh yeah, in that corner over there, there's like 4 little slots for me to pop my bike down. So I'm gonna do that. I'm not really going to show you that, but I fooled you, didn't I? You thought you'd know the password to my bike, but only I get to use this broken bike. This little nightmare right here has decided that whenever I input the code, it actually turns. Look, I'll do it now. Look, I'll face it away. So this is supposedly the correct code. It turns, like this turns the whole way, but the door still doesn't open. And then I do that and it resets it. So I guess I'm taking my bike back up to my room. Sad times. What is this day? Well, I feel like am I self-sabotaging, or is the day just purposely against me? Okay, now in an ideal world, I'd take the bike up in the elevator, but I don't think that's going to be an option, seeing as the bike is probably twice the size of the elevator, which gives me no other option than to carry them up the stairs again. So yeah, the joys of life. So I'm 1 floor up. Typically I'm on the top floor, which is ironic, isn't it, after everything else? But I no longer need to do a gym workout today, which is the plus side, I guess. I'm gonna take a breather. We definitely didn't make it from A to B. Nevertheless, we did succeed in making it from A to A, because just like the cycle of life, or the circle of life, my bike has made its way back into my room after every problem that could have potentially gone wrong. But it doesn't matter, because I am back in my room. I'm safe. I had an adventure. I got loads of cool footage for you guys. And I think I've generally just had more fun than I would have if I'd have just cycled into work and not recorded this process. Because life's meant to be a struggle. Life's meant to be about the moments that you think you can do something and it doesn't quite go to plan. And then other times you'll bounce back and the next time you'll just smash that out of the water. So it's always good to set yourself these fun little challenges.
Cinematic slow-mo.
I don't know why I'm doing slow-mo when it's not actually slow-mo yet. So I'll put that in slow-mo and it'll be like twice as slow-mo. And now I've got a Johnny Bravo quiff. See, I don't even need to style my hair today. I literally just had to step outdoors into the wind with a helmet on and boom, my hair's done for me. So I'm now gonna have a shower, unzip that a little bit, breathe a little bit. So I'm gonna get changed, have a shower, watch the football, and I still have my entire afternoon to relax. And I only got rained on a small little bit. So for those of you wanting to dare yourself to do something a little bit different, I tell you, always worth stepping outside your comfort zone. Have a nice day. Peace. Let's do some spinning action.